Hello everyone, my name is Jazz from TripLog. Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to use TripLog for mileage, expense, and time tracking. Before we get started, make sure to download the app for your respective equipment, phone, tablet, etc. Now make sure that you're using an iOS or Android device. Let's get started. When you first log into the app after the initial prompts, you'll see this main screen, which will have your trips on it. However, this screen should be blank for you because you haven't added any information. Now, the first step that we do once we've logged into TripLog is we go to this menu in the upper left corner, click on it, we go to Vehicles, and we add our vehicle. Now, click on Add Vehicle, fill out the information such as the year, make, and model. Now, you do have an option to go fill out optional data such as plate, state, VIN, and you can store this information. Now, one thing I would like to point out is the default activity. By clicking the default activity and assigning a default activity to a vehicle, what you're doing is you're making sure that whenever that vehicle is set as a default, or whenever that vehicle is running on a trip, that your activity is then categorized into business, charity, personal, or anything that you put this default activity as. If you don't want to classify it that way, then you can simply click no default and go back and go ahead and save. Now, I have all of my vehicles listed here. If I want to go ahead and click on a vehicle and make it default, I can simply just click, mark as default, and now this vehicle will be my default vehicle whenever I'm using TripLog and I'm getting automatically tracked. Now, let's go back to the main screen, click on the menu. It's important to have auto start on. Now, make sure that you always have auto start enabled because this is how you're going to get tracked. Make sure that your system permissions are that the location is always set to always, precise location is on, and make sure everything else is on as well. Now, for auto start, we have 6 options. Usually, it defaults over to Magic Trip, which allows automatic tracking. Now, you'll see these options. Magic Trip allows automatic tracking. So basically what Magic Trip does is if you hit a specific speed limit or speed threshold, like let's just say 5 miles an hour, the system detects your location and tracks it. It also backtracks to when you originally started. If you stop your vehicle, then it basically detects that, hey, that the speed limit went down, and that location is also recorded of that time. Now, you're able to change these defaults on after how long you want the vehicle to start recording, speed limit wise, and when you want it to time out, which we'll go over. In terms of Bluetooth, it's similar to Magic Trip in its working sense. Now, if we think about the drive and beacons, those are hardware devices that you can actually purchase separately that is supplied by TripLog, which enhance your tracking abilities. And don't worry, they don't take that much battery. They just help you keep on tracking even when you lose connection on your phone, you're going through some low reception areas, you'll still be able to track your mileage and track your location. If we consider the OB2, that's basically a plug-in to the car's computer, and that's only if you require automated mileage each time, which is typically used for company vehicles. Remember, we don't sell these, so you have to buy these separately. Now, another thing that you can do is you can go ahead and do responsiveness, and basically you can click on more responsive, normal responsive, less responsive, and what this does is if you're in a tight area, for example, you're traveling between small distances, then you can make it more responsive, meaning that more waypoints are connected as you are going. Now, if we go back, now we get back to the speed threshold part. Now, at this speed threshold, you can say 5 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. That's your complete choice of what you want to select. Now, we can do the same thing with timeout. I'd suggest 5 minutes, just because if you're at a stoplight or you're in a congested area, you still have a little bit of a buffer time, so TripLog doesn't immediately stop. Now, you are also able to track driver safety, and this is something that's additional. You can click on it. Don't worry. Basically what this does is it detects your accuracy of phones, GPSs, and everything like that, and it's basically braking, acceleration, and all of that good stuff. I won't dive too deep into that. You can also select your work schedule, and through this work schedule, basically what you can do is you can select, your business activity, whatever activity is. It doesn't have to be strictly business, it can be personal or any other activities, and you can allot hours to it, right? And then you can also say that, okay, I'm going to work specific hours of the week, and 3 a.m. to 9 p.m., for example, Monday through Friday. And then you can say basically anything after 9 p.m. is classified as personal, as we have right here. Now, you can go ahead and do it where it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and set like a specific time frame for that. And you can, go ahead and add more hours throughout the week, however you want to do that. That's no worries. Now, if we go back and we look at all this stuff, basically what we'll see is we also have route planning. And basically what route planning does is it allows you to, pre-stored locations that you have. You're able to select those locations and say that, hey, I want to, go ahead and go to Apple Maps and basically, or Google Maps, however you have it, and I want to go from point A, B, and C, and this is my trip for today. So you can do your route planning, and basically TripLog will allow you to go from point 1, point 2, to point 3, and it'll kind of be like a schedule for you. Now, in addition to that, you can also make some frequent trip rules, and you can say that, hey, if I'm going from this location to this location, then this activity is going to be business, or this activity is going to be personal, or something of the sorts. This is completely up to you. You can go ahead and select this. That's no worries. You can go ahead and rename, disable rules, delete rules. That's completely on you. Now, locations, we can go ahead and store locations. I can simply go ahead, add location, put in the name, put in the address, right? Address to coordinates will basically pull the latitude, longitude. You can also define the activity. You can say if there's, tolls or anything of the sorts, and basically you can put how much those tolls are. And these are pre-stored locations that I have. Now, that's good to know, but what does trips that are stored automatically look like? Well, this is what they look like. So you can see that I went from home to client 1, and it was a business trip. You can see that it's 48.7 miles. I went at 11:30 to 12:35 p.m., right? And I can go ahead and I can edit this. I can just go click on that menu, go ahead and see where this is. It'll give me, beginning odometer, ending odometer. I can put that information. It can show me more trip details as well. What vehicle, start, end, tags, notes, parking, tolls, receipts. You can add all of that stuff. That's completely no problem. Go ahead and save it once you're done. That's fine. Now, you can also go ahead and create a return trip, which means if you're going from home to client, you will go back from client to home, and that will be automatically added in between. You can create, transaction cards. You can merge this in with the next trip. You can do whatever you want. Now, also, another way to classify your trips, if you're not, setting them up in a way where they're pre-classified, is you can just swipe, and basically, if I swipe, that trip that was business is now classified as personal. So I can go ahead and do that, right? In between, however I want to, so I can go ahead and double check. Also for the activity, I can also change the activity to business, charity, whatever that I have for that trip. So this is basically what it look like. Now you can also do some manual tracking. Go ahead and click on that green button, click on manual tracking, right? And here you can input your information, go ahead, get the driving distance, get the time, get the mileage. You can, add more trip details like we have before. Go ahead and save it, and that information will basically be saved through that. Now, we also have expense management stuff as well. So if you go click on fuel, basically what you can do is, you can go ahead and add a new fuel purchase. Now you can both do this auto scan through a receipt. Now with your app, go look at the receipt, scans, autofills, and go ahead and does that. If you don't have the receipt, don't worry. You can do a manual entry, fill out the information, what your total was, what vehicle you were using, how much, you filled up, taxes, tags, comments, everything like that for fuel purchases. Now I have some preset stuff like this where, I spent $25. This is the information of how many gallons I had and just general information stored, right? Along with the car that, hey, I'm doing the Mercedes CLA 250 2021. That's what I'm using right now. And I can also go over to transactions. I can basically connect my bank credit card, and basically what it will do is it'll pull my transactions from the institution and it will track the business expenses as well. That's one automatic way to do it. However, what I could also do is I can click on this plus button, and with that plus button I can add a transaction, I can add the merchant, I can classify it as, income, product sales, vehicle electrical charging, just whatever I want. I can go look ahead through this menu and even add to it. So I can add tags, notes, locations, so on and so forth. I'll get a little list just like any others. It'll also give me a little breakdown here of income, expense, and my balance. So we'll do that nice stuff as well. Now, this is if you have premium plus time, then you get the time capabilities. Now, what you can do is you can clock in and you can say, I'm starting work at 1:30 p.m. I'm ending work at, 2:30. I can set it, go ahead and do that, put in the location, put in the, tags, notes, go ahead and save this, say I'm working during this time. This is so, as a user or as an administrator, you can see what your employee is doing when they're clocking in. You can, see everything in that sense. Also, you as an administrator can also introduce a schedule, and through that schedule, basically what happens is the administrator sets a schedule up for someone, and during that schedule, they're able to view it on this screen and double check, what their tasks are for today. And this is really helpful. And also, we have our reports, which we can, see here. And also, if we go back to the main page, you can also filtration by certain months. You can see your deductions and all of that good stuff. You can see Magic Trip is on right here. Also, you can watch a few videos if you have any more questions on